Welcome back, everybody, once again to Titans Tube. My name is Justin, and this is Jake with me. And this is going to be our Week 5 NFL picks, Jake. Already 4 games in the books. It's going by. We're hitting fall now, full stride, mid-October just about. So things are ramping up here in the NFL season. Before we get to our Week 5 picks, let's take a look back and see how we did last week, Jake. Not as good, not bad, but not as good last week. I mean, I was riding pretty high off my consecutive weeks of going 13-3 in picks. Jake, you last week fell to 9-7 in your picks. I know last week you went 11-5, but hey, we're doing the Titans 9-7 thing still, so I like that. Paying tribute to the 9-7 Titans.
I did it intentionally.
And as for me, right. As for me, I did a single game better than you, Jake. I went 10-6. Really, I mean, we kind of went back and forth. We both hit some, both whiffed on some. But the main one was of the Sunday night game, Jake. Bucks at Patriots. I went with the Bucks, kind of the safer pick, and you were bold to go with the Pats, and they almost pulled it out for you. But that was really the deciding game. Yeah.
I thought Nick Folk had a chance to knock in that field goal. It was monsooning at the end of that game, and I was really impressed he even got it there, and it doinked off the left upright. But a hell of an attempt by Nick Folk.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So overall, Jake, in our overall records here, that's going to bring our totals to me in the lead by now 7 games. 45-19 for me, and you are at 38-26.
Ooh.
I mean, we're still
I'm too close near that 500 mark. Let's get it up.
Yeah.
I need to start making up 7 games. We still have, 18 weeks this year, so 13, 14 more weeks to pick. So I got time. I'm not sweating it too quickly.
We have yet to, either one of us have yet to go below 500 for any week, I think. So, I mean, that's pretty good. We're at least, I think one of us was like 8-8 one week early on, but anyway. All right, who cares? No, I don't even think anybody cares about this part of the video. So let's get back to the picks for Week 5, Jake. We have a good Thursday night football game here. The LA Rams going on the road to take on the Seattle Seahawks in a NFC West Division game. Rams kind of letting down. Cardinals are a quality team, but they got blown out by the Arizona Cardinals, while Seattle got things right, taking care of the Arizona 49ers for a big divisional win for them.
San Francisco 49ers.
What did I say?
The Arizona 49ers. It's the NFC West, man. They're all one team, and they're all a big super force. It's all good. I get it.
I mean, we're way over here in Ohio and Tennessee. I don't get the geography of those West Coast states. But yeah, 2 good teams. One taking a pretty bad loss, one getting things right with the victory here. Who do you think comes out on top here, Jake? Interesting game. I think the Rams are favored by 2.5 going in.
Definitely interesting game. And, I really like Matt Stafford and the Rams, but yeah, definitely kind of somewhat of a letdown. And now Arizona standing as the last unbeaten team. I would have definitely expected the Rams maybe to edge out Arizona. And, I'm going for the Rams to drop their 2nd game in a row. I'm going to take the Seahawks at home here. I like the Seahawks riding the ship and beating a divisional opponent last week. And, Lumen Field and prime time up in Seattle. I kind of like the Seahawks.
Yeah. We both did have the beat on Seattle last week. We both picked them to beat the 49ers, even though they're coming off that loss. But I do like the Rams. I'm going to have to think the Rams get a bounce back win here. It's tough road game playing in Seattle, obviously, but I do like that Rams offense. The Seattle defense is still kind of a big question mark for me. And I think they're going to have a hard time slowing down Matt Stafford in that passing attack. But, I mean, I don't know. This is almost a coin flip game for me. Seattle was, they were pretty impressive in that win against San Francisco. So we'll see what happens here, but I'm going to take the Rams.
Good stuff.
All right. Next up, we've got the first game of the NFL season in London with an 8:30 a.m. kickoff here, Central Time in the States. Jets and the Falcons. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't even get that law. I can't shake it, Jake. I feel so terrible still after the Titans lost to the Jets. But yeah, I'm going to throw it out there. No Calvin Ridley for the Falcons. it's going to be that much more tough sledding for this Falcons offense. And the Jets did good against the Titans offense. I know Derrick Henry went off, but didn't pop off any big runs. No chunk plays through the air. No thanks to Josh Reynolds and maybe Anthony Ferguson dropping some important key passes in that game. Jets are trending. They're feeling good about themselves. Got a huge home win for Zach Wilson. Confidence riding high. Take down Arthur Smith's Atlanta Falcons. I'll take the New York Jets in London. What about you?
I am doubling up on the Jets, and it has absolutely nothing to do with what happened last Sunday. Obviously, we're kind of brainwashed into maybe thinking the Jets are good. But obviously, they're still a lower tier team, but so is Atlanta. This matchup was so bad they had to ship it across the pond to London. I got the Jets just kind of by default. I mean, impressive showing from Zach Wilson last week, and it's been a terrible, no good, awful week for Titans fans, Justin. So Jets, Jets. Go get the win in London.
All right, no more about the Jets. No more about the Jets. Let's move on immediately to the Green Bay Packers going to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. They're in your neck of the woods, Jake.
Yes, they are.
Packers are really good. They're really good now. I don't know what happened week 1, but they are looking pretty good. They just signed the Cowboys linebacker, Jalen Smith. I don't know. I guess he was playing bad, but he was a Pro Bowler. He could be an impact for their defense. Who knows? Bengals barely squeaked by Jacksonville last week. Got a super slow start last Thursday night, going down 14-0 and then 21-0 eventually, I think. I don't know. It's too long ago. I think the Green Bay Packers keep it rolling. Aaron Rodgers is looking like he's right about back at that MVP form with the connections to Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb. Thought he was on his way to retirement, but hook him up with his old boy Aaron Rodgers, and now he's a big impact for that offense. Give me Green Bay on the road.
I do have to give a shout out to the hometown squad. I mean, I'm not a Cincinnati resident. I'm from Dayton, but anyways, the closest by proximity, the 3-1 Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, you start to feel the hype. Bengals fans are coming out of nooks and crannies everywhere. And I got to tip the cap to the Bengals starting 3-1, getting 3 tight wins. I guess the Pittsburgh game wasn't too close, but hats off to Joe Burrow and the squad getting it done. I like to see Joe Burrow, the Ohio guy, getting it done for the hometown team. But I am going to take the Packers here. They're just firing on all cylinders, and I think are just the better overall football team. So give me the Packers on the road.
Yeah, good shout out to Joe Burrow, too, because I think he is one of those quarterbacks. I think he is just elevating that entire team. I mean, yes, they do have talent. I know they got talent at receiver. Joe Mixon's pretty decent running back. The defense, I guess, is okay. Don't know, not too knowledgeable about the defense, but I think Joe Burrow's one of those guys that they're going to go as far as Joe Burrow can take them, and he's the reason why they're 3-1, no question about it. Good shout out for the Bengals on their strong start to the season. Let's move on to the NFC North. Oh boy, the 0-4 Lions. Who did they lose to? We both picked the Lions last week, but they dropped the game.
The Bears. They lost to the Bears.
Because the Justin Fields disaster the week before. We thought that would continue, but it did not. They got beat by the Bears, and they're going on the road to take on the 1-3 Vikings. Big time slow start for the Vikings, Jake. Got to think if they're going to get it right, they're going to get it right here at home against the Lions. They got too much talent on offense. I don't see them dropping this game. So I think the Lions stay winless, and I'll take Minnesota. What about you?
I'm going to also take the Vikings, and it's just because the Lions are having very Titans-esque struggles in the red zone. They were within the 23 times in the first half last week, came away with 0 points, Justin. I guess that's, 9 points for the Titans in 3 trips is better than 0. The Lions struggling, trying to get over that hump, and I just think Minnesota's the more talented team. Give me the Vikings.
All right, sweep for the Vikings. Back in the AFC, we've got the Denver Broncos taking their first loss of the season. Kind of ugly way to do it too. Getting handled pretty badly there by the Ravens. Going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who just suffered a loss to the Green Bay Packers on the road. Man, do you think, I'll throw this one to you, do you think the Steelers can get right here at home against a Broncos team without Teddy Bridgewater? I don't know if he's coming back for this game, but that offense did not look good when Drew Lock came in.
Man, oh man, I don't know what to think about this game. I mean, it feels like a toss-up because Big Ben is so over the hill. He is multiple seasons past his expiration date, in my opinion. And this Broncos defense, nothing to sneeze at. If they can get pressure on Big Ben, it's going to be a long day for Pittsburgh fans again at home. So I'm going to lean and take the Denver Broncos on the road with kind of something to prove. Again, kind of a question mark at quarterback. I'm not sure who's going to be playing in that game. But I just like the pass rush for Denver getting to Big Ben, and he just won't have anywhere to go. Broncos on the road.
Yeah. The line is even right now. It's literally a toss-up. It's flip a coin. Who knows what's going to happen here? I'll take the Steelers at home. No big reasons why they're at home. I think that they're desperate to get a bounce-back win, especially Drew Lock, if he's going to be the quarterback there. Don't trust him at all, especially given what he did against the Ravens. Brain lapse. Jake, I think this is going to be one of those 13-9 games. I think it's going to be tough going for both offenses here. It's going to be a boring slugfest unless you're into those kind of defensive struggle games. Then maybe you need to tune in. But I'll take the Steelers in a defensive slugfest.
And pencil us in for the over as well, or the under. The under. What am I thinking? It's been a long week here at Titans Tube for any Titans fan across the board. It's we're just trying to get to the weekend.
Yeah. Ooh, you said it best, dude. I'm ready to get this over with. Continuing on to the Miami Dolphins on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who got out of Foxborough with a win. Dolphins lost to the Carson Wentz-led Colts. Things looking bad in Miami right now. I got the Bucs at home. I don't see how there's any chance for Miami. I hate to put it that way, but battle for Florida. And Tampa Bay will come out on top here.
I am also going to take Tampa Bay in the Battle of Florida. I just think it's kind of an overmatched thing. But, in the NFL, a lot of times, Justin, it's just crazy. Any given Sunday, undermatched teams can go beat overmatched teams or vice versa. But I'm going to stick to the guns here and take the Buccaneers.
You had me going that you might flip-flop here at the last second. And I take the Dolphins. If Jacoby Brissett goes into Tampa Bay and beats Tom Brady and the defending champion Bucs, just shut it down. Shut it down, Tampa Bay. What are you doing? That's like saying that the Titans are going to drop a game to the Jets. Like that could ever happen.
And then be worried about losing to the Jags the next week? Not even a chance. Never
no way. Who could even worry about that going on? Okay. Let's go on to the New Orleans Saints, also losing to a New York team in overtime last week. Losing to the Giants, and the Washington football team got a win. Oh, help me out, Jake.
Atlanta. Atlanta.
Impressive. Actually, they did come back, I think, in impressive fashion in that game. Washington coming back with a win there against Atlanta. Both teams are at 2-2. I don't really know. I never know what to think about this Saints team. They almost remind me of the Titans and what team is going to show up. Some weeks you can go into Seattle and get a win, or shut down Aaron Rodgers and the Packers and get a win for the Saints, and then other weeks you're going to lay a goose egg. I have a feeling they're going to bounce back here. I think they're going to go into Washington and get a win. Washington is an interesting team. I like Taylor Heineke, and Terry McLaurin is an exciting, good receiver. There's just not – I don't think they have enough there on offense to keep up with the Saints. So give me New Orleans.
I am going to take the Washington football team here, Justin. Okay. I love Taylor Heineke, led the game-winning drive in Atlanta. I get it. It's Atlanta. But again, like you said, hard to get a beat on either of these teams. Which one's going to show up? I wanted to be on the ride for Jameis Winston's career revival in New Orleans, but 2-2 after 4 games, up and down play, hard to get a beat. So I'm going to go with Washington here at home, going for the win.
All right. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Let's move on to the Philadelphia Eagles going to Carolina. Panthers just dropped their first game of the season to the Cowboys last week. Carolina also just starting to hoard all the cornerbacks in the NFL. They traded for C.J. Henderson of the Jags, and they just now signed Stephon Gilmore. They traded for Stephon Gilmore, I think, a 6th-round pick. We couldn't do that? We couldn't do that, J-Rob? I don't know if he has anything left in the tank, but I'd rather have him than Janoris Jenkins at this point right now. So, anyway, neither here nor there. Jake, who do you like in this game? Both teams coming off a loss here.
I like Carolina at home getting the bounce back win. I mean, I know they kind of got worked by Dallas just a little bit. But, I think Dallas is a good football team. That doesn't necessarily mean that Carolina's bad. I just think Philadelphia is not quite there yet. They've put together some good glimpses, but, some bad glimpses as well. So give me the hometown. Oh, my God.
I've already messed up 3 times. It's okay. I'm almost tempted to pick an upset here with the Eagles on the road. I mean, they kind of went blow for blow with the Kansas City Chiefs last week, and then they kind of let that game get away from them. But I think this Panthers defense is better than the Chiefs, I think. The Chiefs defense kind of a question mark so far in the season. So I think they can limit that Philadelphia offense. I gotta stay safe. I gotta go with safe pick and stay with the Panthers here as I stumble over my words. Let's move on. Once again, another AFC matchup. New England Patriots to Houston, on to Houston to face the Texans. Both teams at 1-3. Is Tyrod Taylor back yet? As long as he's not back, I'm not interested in picking the Texans. They got blown out last week to the Buffalo Bills. Good Lord. I don't know what the update is, but give me the Patriots. They had the Bucs, dude. They had them. They were so close. Shout out to Jonnu Smith for showing up finally for the Patriots and scoring a touchdown. But they're going to get it done in Houston, I believe. What about you?
I'll take Houston plus like 21.5 maybe in this game. But as far as pick'ems go, I'll take the Pats. Strong showing on Sunday night. I did not expect them to keep it that close. But, tip of the cap, Belichick's still a great coach, and tough to go against him here especially. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to afternoon games here. We got the Chicago Bears going to put their bets in Las Vegas to try their luck. Yeah. I can't believe I didn't even think of that. Okay. Try their luck against the Raiders. Oh, we need the bye week, Jake.
We need a bye week, bad.
Yeah, Raiders finally get the L. We both want to believe in the Raiders. We still both picked against them against the Chargers last week on Monday night, and we were right. We were right to pick the Chargers despite the Raiders being undefeated. They came out strong, but they just could not hold on to that lead and contain Justin Herbert whatsoever in the second half. So I do think they bounce back here. They just got a better team going. I'm going to pick you this time, Raiders. I think you can contain Justin Fields. Still, coming off a better game against Detroit. But I think he's going to be challenged with putting up more points because the Raiders have a much better offense. So I think this could be a close game, maybe higher scoring. But give me the Raiders here.
Glad to see Justin Fields get his first win last week. Probably felt he came into the game against Cincinnati, but I don't know if that counts as his win or not. But Justin Fields gets the win as the starter against the Lions. Good for him. Nice feel-good story, but I'm going to go with the Raiders at home here. Better team. Raiders coming off the Monday night loss, trying to get things right, bounce back against the inferior Bears opponent. So give me the Raiders.
All right. We're both taking the Raiders this week. Jake, how about this matchup? Cleveland going to the Los Angeles Chargers. Both teams at 3-1. Let's see. I don't even know. Dude, who isn't at this point? I was going to say I'm a Justin Herbert truther. This guy, he's got to be legit by now. I mean, he's just coming out and just tossing dimes and playing exciting football. He's got a cannon. He's a smart quarterback. He's athletic, doing really good things for that Chargers team. And I just saw a report Baker Mayfield is dealing with like a shoulder torn labrum something, but he hasn't missed any practice. He hasn't missed a rep, I think is the exact words that I saw. So not missing a beat. So how much is that bothering him? If the Chargers can shut down that run game, I think they're going to put up enough points. Browns won last week scoring 14 points. So, is that offense going to be able to bounce back? That is to be determined. But I'll take the Chargers at home here. Give me the Chargers, Jake. How about you for your Ohio team, Cleveland?
I am going to go with my Ohio team in Cleveland.
All right.
Justin, I like the Browns here. I know Baker Mayfield dealing with an injury. I get it. And, you look at the game highlights last week, and he's throwing balls over OBJ's head all day long, not even close. But the combination of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt is just too good to deny. And then also the Browns defense is you said it. Last week, they won by scoring 14 points. I mean, that's something to be said for your defense when your quarterback's hobbled and, your run game isn't going so great. Your offense isn't doing so great. Your defense can come and step up with Myles Garrett and, for God's sake, Jadeveon Clowney showing some promise with that Browns front. But I like what the Browns have going here. And I know it's all the way in Los Angeles, but that SoFi Stadium is going to be full of brown and orange because Browns fans are everywhere and they are dedicated as hell. So give me the Browns on the road and the somewhat upset, I guess.
Yeah, Chargers looks like they're favored by 2. So going to be a close game. Yeah, I'm showering praise on the Chargers and Justin Herbert and this offense. I did not give enough praise to that Browns defense. I mean, hating on them for scoring 14 points, but they only allowed 7 points. So that Browns defense is legit, especially that pass rush. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I'm sticking with the Chargers. We'll see what happens. NFC East, we got the Giants getting their overtime first win of the season last week, taking on the Cowboys at home. Dallas favored by 7. I'm going to make it short and sweet. Dallas seems for real right now. Not just, Zeke is playing well. Dak is really kind of back to his form of last year. He's being very efficient, taking care of the ball. And who's that cornerback who's like popping off? Griffin? Shaquille? No. I can't even remember. But the Cowboys have a cornerback who's playing extremely well. Seems like he gets a pick every game. Give me the Cowboys at home. That was not as short and sweet as I intended, but nonetheless, I'll take Cowboys.
All good. Yeah, the Cowboys are making me a believer as well. Justin, I know I was real down on Zeke early saying, is it Tony Pollard's backfield? Because he was making plays in the first couple of weeks of the season. But Zeke coming along nicely. Cowboys coming along nicely as a whole. You said Dak Prescott returning to form. Short and sweet, Cowboys at home.
Short and sweet, Cowboys at home. And I looked it up. It is Trevon Diggs, who has 5 interceptions this season. Yeah, there's no doubt he has to be leading the league with that. Okay, let's move on here. Now, here's my page. All right, we got the San Francisco 49ers. They are on the road to take on the last undefeated team in the Arizona Cardinals. Remember in week 1, Jake, when we got blasted? We got our butts blasted by the Cardinals, and I was halfway joking like, obviously, this means that the Cardinals are the best team in the NFC and they will be the Super Bowl favorites by season's end. They're the last undefeated team now. They have suddenly become the team to beat, literally, by definition. So it looks like these guys are for real, and these guys are scary on both sides of the ball. I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals to keep it rolling against the 49ers. Kyler Murray's just playing really well. I think he could be the front runner for MVP at this point. So, yeah, give me the Cardinals.
Hard to bet against the Cardinals right now, and I'm also going to take them at home here. I just don't think San Francisco's got enough firepower. I mean, Arizona has the talent to really make a push this year, and, Kyler Murray could have an MVP season, so if they can put those two things together, they're going to be humming right along. I'm not saying they're going to be undefeated Super Bowl favorites, but, very, very good team, and I'm not sure if San Francisco is going to keep pace in the NFC West.
Yeah, agreed. Fully agreed there. Man, we got a good premier matchup here in the AFC now. The Buffalo Bills going to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. I'm going to be honest, Jake, it is impossible right now to go against the Bills and what they've been doing since their week 1 loss to the Steelers randomly, somehow. And the Chiefs are having a little bit of struggles of their own. They got back in the winning column, beating the Eagles last week. But you know what? You know what? No. I just said the Bills are impossible to go against. I have yet to pick like an interesting upset. And I can't believe picking the Chiefs is going to be an upset. But sure, give me Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, he can play unstoppable football. I know he hasn't been he's still Patrick Mahomes. He has 14 touchdown passes on the season. But sure, give me the upset. Bills, gonna run out of gas in week 5 for one game against the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Sure, Sure, give me a dumb pick. I'll take the Chiefs despite all that Buffalo momentum right now.
I will take the Buffalo Bills to run out of gas next week, Justin, in Nissan Stadium Monday night. Yeah. How about that?
Okay.
And I'm going to take the Bills to keep rolling right through Kansas City on their way to Nissan Stadium. I'm going to take the Bills. And, I think the Bills defense humming on all cylinders. You got to like what they're doing. And if they can just impede Patrick Mahomes and slow them down a little bit, I mean, their offense is also clicking on all cylinders, putting up 40 and just putting up points every single week since, week one. So I got the Bills. I'm a believer in them right now. I think they're gunning for that number 1 seed. And, the Titans sitting at 2-2. Look across the AFC, man. Kansas City Chiefs also 2-2 and struggling. So, you never know as the season goes on, but I got the Bills right here and right now.
Yeah, man, that's good. Yeah, I immediately regret that, but I got to stick. I'm going to stick with the Chiefs. They're favored by 2.5. If I'm a betting man, I will, I'll take the Bills to beat that or cover that or whatever. So let's move on. So that's a Sunday night game. And now the Monday night game is the Indianapolis Colts.
Not ours. The Ravens.
Dude, what a nightmare of a matchup this is for Titans fans. I don't want to watch. I hate both of these teams. I hope they beat each other to death in this matchup. Not literally. I don't wish for anyone to die. Just for the record.
Let's just hope for a tie instead, Justin. That's much more peaceful.
I want none of them to win. Yes. Hope for a tie. Colts got their first win last week. Ravens back at 3-1 here with a win. I'm going to take the Ravens at home. Colts beating Miami does not do a whole lot to instill any confidence. Not enough to go on the road to beat Baltimore, that's for sure. Carson Wentz, how's his ankles doing? Any updates on the ankles? Don't know, but give me Baltimore. What about you?
I am also going to take Baltimore here, Justin. And I'm not a believer in the Colts. I'm not a believer in the AFC South as a whole right now. Even if the Titans do drop a game to the Jags, they could still potentially have the number 1 spot by at least a game after this weekend. So we'll see how that goes, but I got Baltimore at home. I don't expect Indianapolis to put up too much of a fight going to their former home in Baltimore.
Yeah, man, thank goodness for the AFC South being inept. Hopefully the Titans can run away with that division with 8 wins on the season. Man, my hope is so shot after the Jets loss, man. So let's talk about this last game. Titans at Jags, noon Central kickoff time. Jags coming off a long week of rest, having played last Thursday night. Jags putting up a fight, at least in the first half in these past 2 weeks, going up and having a lead at halftime against the Cardinals, and then also having a lead shutting out the Bengals on Thursday night. Titans coming off a tough loss. Jags, if Urban Meyer's is he going to be at the game or is he going to be at his bar in Columbus hanging out? I mean, he doesn't travel with his team anymore, apparently.
Nope.
Got to throw some shade there as required. And I'm going to have to think the Titans are hungry, chomping at the bit, and they want to get the worst taste in their entire careers, that bad taste of the bad loss out of their mouths as soon as possible. And the best way to do that is to bounce back with a divisional win against the Jags. Give me the Titans. We need this, Jake. We need this so bad. This is like a must win, in my opinion. Our schedule is about to get super hard. We got to get this win, Jake.
The Titans have no option other than to win this game. Just you look across the table, you're playing an 0-4 Jags team, rookie quarterback, head coach out there getting horny at bars and having the biggest week of distractions in the media you could possibly have coming from a head coach. I don't remember anything of the sort like this. He lies to his team and then issues an actual apology to his team where he tells the truth. He's got zero credibility in the locker room. Jacksonville is a complete mess and a circus shit show right now, and the Titans have to win this game. Vrabel is officially on the hot seat if the Titans lose this week, and I'm going to be adamant about it because the Titans have the better roster. The Titans have a better coaching staff, I hope, and the Titans have to win. We have to get this one, Justin. Titans by double digits.
Oh, please. That would make me feel so much better after last week. That's the best way to forget about a bad loss, is to just forget about it and win the next week. put it out of sight, out of mind. It's going to be the most embarrassing 2 weeks, maybe in Titans football history, if we lose this game. I hate to put all that pressure on the Titans, but whatever. All right, that's the video, guys. I'm ending on a very sour, pessimistic note because we're just down on the Titans right now, and how can you not be after that performance last week? So, having said that, that's our picks. What you guys think? If you guys have any comments, you can leave them below. If you have your own picks, we'd love to see them. Jake, you got anything else for us?
You said it best, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Have a great football weekend, everybody, and don't forget to tighten up.